life. Hey, welcome to Marital Heat. I'm Stacy.
I'm Doug.
What's up?
What's going on, people?
I just gotta figure out how to do this.
What are you doing? I don't know what you're doing.
Ooh.
Okay, well, we do have a person here. That person is new to the show, Tracy Marie something. She says she's letting us know it's Wednesdays.
Woo,
Oh, shit,
happy
Sherlock,
hump day,
it's Wednesday. No, I'm
motherfuckers.
kidding.
Well, Tracy is not a motherfucker.
Well, she actually is a lover of all people.
No, she doesn't love everybody.
Oh,
She has some
She
opinions.
doesn't like motherfuckers.
But she is a nice person. Well,
I don't know
we'll
what we're
get to
talking about.
Trace in a sec. We'll get.
But she's here. Well, that's the
We
important
will
part.
get you in a minute.
Well,
So welcome to
sit-
Marital.
Sit down and think
welcome-
about what you did.
Welcome to Marital Hate. I'm Stacy.
I'm Doug.
We are married.
We don't hate each other.
Not usually, but sometimes it gets a
Sometimes
little.
it gets
the
a little
other
dicey.
night, we had
Got a
like a
little dicey.
full-on fight
Got a
on the
little dicey.
podcast. Continued shortly thereafter. Then Doug apologized, and then he apologized not so good. And then in the morning he apologized very well, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Excellent. Friendship for everyone. We also have Miss Jules, she and Loie.
Well, see, I was going to
today.
get to that. I was going to explain to people that it's a live interactive
Oh, it is.
podcast,
Okay. Right.
right?
It's not there. They're not there yet.
It's a live interactive podcast. So if you have something to say, or if you want to sneeze, either way, something you want to say, just put it in the comments. If you're on Facebook or YouTube, or you can put your comments up. TikTok, Twitter lets us do comments a little bit, and we can't even go live on TikTok because I talk about cocks too much.
And
But
any inflammatory remarks about me will be deleted.
no, they won't. I'll frame that shit. But the thing that's really cool is the people that come night after night that make the podcast so special. Like they're the most amazing people.
They're a good
you'll ever
bunch.
meet in your life.
They're good.
Smart. They're funny. They're kind. They're compassionate.
I don't know about the smart part because they show up every night and listen to this crap.
No, they're fucking insane, but they're amazing people. And so one of them, Tracy, OG Lesby, in his house, she says, "Happy Wednesday, peeps." Jules Sheehan Lowy, hello, my friends. Jules, how you feeling today? We are thinking of you always.
She had to go to fucking Walmart or Walgreens the other day. No, that wasn't good.
Jules. Jules and Kristen kind of got into it on a
what they do?
comment. Yeah, and it's like listen, there's so many fucking details that we do not know about the assassination attempt. It's not even fucking funny. There's no reason to argue about it. We all love each other. Y'all love each other. I'm not picking sides. Just, people, somebody says one thing, the other person says something, and before you know it, everybody's in a fight. And the reality is, it's just the internet, and people are taking, nobody has bad intentions, but sometimes the tone, is
sometimes
bad.
when you type, there's no tone, you can't
you
get
can't hear a voice and that's why I think we should get together more as people. But I assure you, we are all on the same team. Even if we don't see the world through the same eyes. And I'd like to prove that by being married to someone who has completely different political views than I do. I put his dick in my mouth.
No.
He gave money to some candidates that I do not enjoy.
Well,
and I held signs for some candidates
that I do
does not enjoy. See, there you go.
But neither one of us are going to crawl up on a roof. So I think that's where we draw the line.
Well, that's just because I'm afraid of heights. Oh, you mean like to do something nefarious?
Nefarious.
We're not. We're nice people.
I'm sorry. A blue jay just flew up on the roof with something in his mouth. Well, I don't know what it is.
Glad it's not a bunny. There's a bunny over there.
Yeah, there's a bunny over there. So I'm sorry.
This is my thing. My goal, as I was thinking about this today, that we do this podcast, and sometimes we don't agree, and sometimes the audience doesn't agree, or whatever.
Yeah.
My goal is for us to always try to find some sort of middle ground that we can all agree on. And so I was really fucking psyched that despite the fact that we see the world from very different eyes, and of course, Jules and Kristen and every single person here has their own fucking opinion, that if we can realize oh, hey, there's something we agree on.
Yeah.
Right. That's a stepping stone right there. Because what's happened instead is everybody wants to agree and argue and right.
Yeah, everybody wants to be the first with the opinion or whatever. Yeah.
That's why I'll always be like, hey, is blah, blah, blah. Is blah, blah, blah. And then it gets us closer to agreement. Because that's my goal, is to find some. If you and I, and you and I.
Yes.
Especially you and I. Because, again, sex parts in each other's mouths, on a regs. If we can put each other's sex parts in our mouths on a regs, everybody else should be able to have an intelligent, respectful, and effective conversation about whatever. We're not always good at having this respectful.
We're not always good
intelligent, and
about putting sex
effective
parts in
conversation.
our
You
mouth
guys have seen
either.
it.
So
How are we not good about putting
I
sex
love,
parts?
no, I don't know. I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, are you insulting my blowjobs? Because I am happy to go and give anybody the next
And get it
guy
graded?
that walks
You'll
by
get
one
graded?
and find out what his opinion.
Get graded. No.
Hey, listen, it's something I'm competitive about.
Really?
I don't have a lot of talent. You,
Is that a talent or a skill?
it's both. I think it's both a talent and a skill.
Okay.
But I would argue that you, Mr. Fancy Pants,
I am Prince
I
Fancy.
wrote the theme song to this podcast,
Well,
and then an
I like to blow
entire
my own horn.
album, and I performed every song,
Ah.
and I produced the whole thing, and I did the art, and I'm the master
and I'm
painter.
number 3
Well, I
on the
can
vault.
suck a dick.
And I'm,
Okay, so there you go. Can you do that?
I'd rather not.
Here lies the problem. He would do it and be better at it than me. And then I would have to just like put my head in the fucking oven because it's like, what else do I have left? Cooking Thanksgiving?
I think the chances of
only
that
one day a
are
year.
fairly remote, actually. Yeah.
What are fairly remote?
The chances of me sucking a dick are fairly remote. Like, very.
Do you notice he says fairly not? Never gonna happen.
Yeah. There could be an issue at
You could go to
gunpoint.
prison.
Could go to prison, gunpoint.
Doug is not going to prison. Actually, one of the problems I've had, and I don't even want to manifest that.
Maybe
but
some guy buys me a nice Volvo.
So, wait, see, there you go. You want to buy my husband a nice Volvo? He'll suck a dick. I'll teach him how. Breathe through your nose, baby. Here's the thing: Volvo's registered in my name, so you suck a dude's dick, I get a Volvo without having to suck a dick. I'm not.
Hang on
complaining.
a second.
But I mean,
You complain constantly about driving the Volvo when you have to drive the Volvo.
I'm
Because
not
it
going to
has
keep the Volvo.
things-
I'm
it
going
has-
to take the.
It has annoying nuisances like a
I'm gonna
roof
wait.
and doors.
I'm going to wait for you to put the plates from the current Volvo on the new Volvo and take the new Volvo to the Jeep dealership and get another Jeep.
They want another Jeep.
I want a baby Jeep.
All right, that's it. I'm not sucking a dick. Not gonna do it.
You wouldn't suck a dick to get me a baby Jeep?
Nope.
Are you kidding me?
Go suck your own dick for a baby Jeep.
You want me to go suck a deeper and
Hey,
deeper?
It's better than me sucking the dick. I'll tell
I'll
you that
take
much.
a shot in the mouth, not in the ear, but in the mouth
Oh,
for a
geez,
baby
that was
Jeep.
last night.
Oh.
Okay, so all right.
Okay, so this has come up. We have so many things. There's comments.
Well, I don't think did we get Ann? Ann is here.
Ann, no, we didn't get even Ann. She says Ann was one of our first guests ever.
Yeah.
She was the first guest ever. Hi, all. Good going with your songs.
Yeah,
Dad.
number 3 on one chart, number 5 on the other. The other one, the 5.
The 3 and the 5.
Yeah,
the
we're
5.
gonna-
No,
we're gonna
but we
work on that.
talked to Matt about this. Matt,
Yeah.
Matt Mangus from US 41 Radio. Please give them a follow if you're
Yeah,
not.
they're
They're
good.
amazing. So they do this. It's basically a radio show, but it's online. And he's hosts events up at the Twisted Fork. He's trying to support local musicians as much as possible. He's doing good stuff. And he seems like a really nice guy. And so he said that you're just getting started. So it takes a
Yeah.
while. And like a lot of other people are out there gigging and paying for promotion. So it might just take Doug a little bit
Yeah.
longer, but the music is phenomenal.
Thank you.
And we have something that no one else has, which is you guys. And
Yeah,
you guys
that's right.
have been, oh my God, everybody constantly texting and emailing and yeah, just amazing. I'm actually going to text US 41 Radio right now and request that they play it again. Can you please wait? I hope you had a wonderful day. Period. Can you please play Doug Gear Smiles Like the Sun? Thank you. Done. Just little voice to text took 2
Just like
seconds.
that.
You can do that too. It's 239. Do you have the number memorized yet?
239
239-314-4104. Okay, so we have so many things to say.
we
Tracy
will.
said bless you to your sneeze. Like
You
20
should that was a
Go
while
fuck
ago.
yourself.
Yeah, get with the times, Stacey.
No, I was saying go fuck yourself to you.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah.
Tracy said I don't like most, so you're in my inner circle.
Oh, yeah.
You
no,
are
you know what?
lucky.
But she's such a nice person.
Yeah, but that's the problem. The problem for nice people is we have to learn to set boundaries. And sometimes nice people have like mega boundaries that make people think that they're assholes. But what had happened was they were nice people that didn't have boundaries, and they learned the hard way that they needed boundaries.
I would like to
However-
have a sidebar with Tracy and find out some of the people that we both know that she don't like.
You guys
She
should
seems
just-
to like everybody. She's just such a sweetheart.
Okay, so back to my point,
Okay, go ahead.
which I may not be able to remember now. Shit.
Inner circle.
No, that wasn't it. Yeah, that point could have waited. Well, there goes my story.
Mm.
I had a point though. Inner circle. Oh, so people who are kind often learn that people take advantage of them, people take advantage of them. And the kindest people in my experience are people that have been without, who have suffered, who know what it's like to not have the love and support that they need in their lives. So then they become, and of course, a lot of the time their boundaries haven't been respected. They haven't been taught boundaries. So they go about their lives trying to, be kind to others, but then people take advantage of them. They finally learn to set boundaries. That said, they'll learn to set boundaries with the outside world. But the whole reason that you are who you are in the first place is because boundaries with your family needed to be set and healing needed to happen. And so if you're out there and you're a nice person and you feel like you've been taken advantage of, do the digging, do some work. I'm not naming any names, but make sure you process your trauma and learn to teach people, particularly relatives, how to treat you. Of course, you're going to teach the whole world, but if you don't teach your fucking relatives, then you should probably not talk to them. And I'm not for people not talking to their relatives. I want everybody to get along and everybody to be kind. I wish I talked to my family. It's something that makes me very sad on a regs.
So we're glad that we're in Tracy's inner circle.
Yeah, we are glad that we're in Tracy's inner circle. And by the way, you can find out who all the bad boys. What you gonna do?
Yeah,
which is a song by Inner Circle. I don't know if you're aware.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's the name of that band.
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
And Tracy said, Jewel says Doug needs a dreadlocks wig. So I did.
Sounds hot.
I think Hookah Bob actually mentioned that today, and I was looking at them because I found one for like $26.
Yeah.
And that's the same color as my hair, and I can put colored pieces in it.
Oh.
Because I have some colored pieces already.
So we'll come on and we'll do role reversal.
Whenever you want to mock me, you could just throw that bitch on and be like,
yeah, all right.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, this rain had better fucking come because it's a little too hot.
Yeah, it was supposed to rain, and it's kind of rainy over here, and it actually is raining, but we were gonna do this from the pool because it's hot.
Tracy says good bathroom literature if you frame the bad comments. Yeah, we could use it as toilet paper, to be honest with you. But we really, the only place we get bad comments is YouTube.
Yeah.
People on YouTube
sit there and watch
are
things.
Vicious. And I don't know why, because on Facebook, you guys are awesome. I have had more people on TikTok be like, you guys are hilarious. We love you.
But the YouTube people, the faceless and the nameless, come in there with their tippy tap.
Well, and it's and young people are the worst. They called us elderly.
Yeah. They said elderly people should not be getting it home.
But we're just gonna keep being kind and see what happens. Trace says hi to Jules, and Jules says I was reporting what I read. That's all. No bad vibes. Yeah. Oh, it just seemed like you guys were getting into it. I don't feel like either one of you had bad intentions and at all. But sometimes things just can't. Just sometimes things just get miscommunication or whatever. Walgreens is going to be closing stores. Walgreens has been closing stores for a while. I know they're closing.
I heard they were doing better than CVS.
Well, I know they're closing stores in I know there's closing stores in California. And yeah, it's Walgreens to close underperforming stores. They're just trying to be more profitable. And by the way, here in Cape Coral, there's one on every fucking corner.
At every corner, there's either a CVS and a Walgreens or a Wawa and a 7-Eleven.
It's insane.
And
of course, this is a town with 220,000 people and an elderly population who are popping pills left and right. So yeah, it's
not the fun kind.
It's funny. So Hooters and Red Lobster are making some closures. I hope Hooters Cape Coral is closing.
Well,
probably.
Red Lobster, they're all you can eat shrimp. Put them in the poorhouse.
800 Walgreens stores in 349 Florida cities.
That's a lot.
The highest number of any state. So they're going to cut them back. Trust me. Even if they cut off 75% of the Walgreens, it won't matter to us because we don't shop there. So there you go. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys shop at Walgreens, knock yourselves the fuck out. And here is the number. Jules says both talent more than a skill.
Oh, on the blowjob thing.
blowjobs?
Yeah, the blowjob thing.
I think it gets better if you practice, but you have to be able to breathe through your nose. Like, there's a lot to it. And Trace is putting stars. I don't know why she's putting stars.
She's ranking the. I don't know what she's doing.
No, Trace, I just got a message from you that star. I don't know what I was supposed to do with that. Anne says sent text. Okay.
Oh, that's Tracy's password. She's putting in her password and it comes up as dots.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, hang on. Text. I don't have a text from you. Did you just say sent text?
No, I don't know.
No, there's a.
Oh, no. Ian sent the text to the radio station.
Oh, thank you so much. I thought you were saying you sent me a text. No. I was confused. And Hookah Bob says.
Hookah Bob.
I'm here. Did it go to
no? Just a little blowjob talk, but nothing.
Oh,
nothing
yeah,
major.
no, there was blowjob talk out the gate. Whether it's it was.
We had a discussion whether I would blow a guy for a brand new Volvo or a baby Jeep for my wife,
and whether a blowjob is a talent or a skill.
Yeah, is it a talent or a skill, Bob? What do you think?
You guys are going to have to tell Hookah Bob. Did it go off the rails before he got here? That's the important thing, because Hookah Bob's been tracking that lately, and I find it to be helpful. Tracy says, ding, 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 we have a winner. I don't know if we have a winner in the blowjobs or the going off rails.
And she's talking to Donna, but I didn't see Donna's comment come in. So maybe I need
Donna, how are you and John doing? And I guess Donna is somewhere, but we can't see it.
Let me see if...
And Tracy says, Wawa is awesome. And then she says, I don't have one near us. And Jules says, BJ's. She means now BJ's.
That should be coming in. I just had to reset my thing. So
Jules says both talent more than a skill, or blowjobs. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then Tracy said, I just hid the number, but you got it up anyway.
Oh,
you're so sweet of you. Yeah, I don't think they'll let you put numbers up. And then Tracy says, I just said Donna is watching. That's how we found out. I just came on. We're good. Yay. We miss you. We're always thinking.
I thought about Donna today for some reason.
I'm always thinking of Donna. Like, every time I see a hammer, every time I see someone like with unnecessary rage, every time I laugh, because no one in the world makes me laugh harder than Donna. Yeah. Anytime I eat yummy food, I think of Donna. Anytime I see camping, I think of Donna. Anytime I hear anyone with a Boston accent, I think of Donna. I think of Donna a lot.
I think it was the like there was a Stop and Shop closing in Weymouth or something. I think that might have triggered it. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, Tracy had just told us that you were watching. We didn't know. And then Tracy, how did you know? Because you had commented. And she said, yay. So we're all here. Everybody's having a good day. Well, kind of. I don't know. How is everybody?
Yeah, how is everybody?
How was your day? How are you feeling right now? What did you do? Put it in the comments. We want to know. And I got to tell you something. I had a call with Melissa today. That took a while. Christina and I played phone tag for 2 hours.
Yep.
I had to talk to the accountant. I still haven't sent her what she fucking needs on the phone. So I'm going to forget. Okay, so Christina, I played phone tag with Christina. I had a great call with Melissa. I had a good call with the accountant. I worked on podcast stuff. We hung out for a while.
Productive day today,
but I still have a lot that I wanted to get done. I need to do. And the problem is that I put everything into the podcast. I give everything of myself. So what I'm finding now is it's harder for me to connect with people one-on-one, and I'm having to do it like all at the same time, but like I feel like we're all a family, so like works out that way. So if we're all checking in on each other, like you guys know, like we care, and you know that the other people here care. And if you have something you don't want to talk about publicly, you're welcome, to message us.
And you also know that we're here at 8:00 every night. So
yeah.
Like, so you know where to find us.
We'll be here for you, and we definitely want to hear about your day.
I'll be there.
And Tracy says I got mad sleuth skills, Donna, and she says it was before I commented. I just popped on.
I don't know how she does it. Maybe she's got some weird forensic software.
She probably does. Probably does. And Tracy said you already know good but nervous. That's right. Are we talking about that? I don't know. And she says I just said you were watching. Yeah. So it just said you were watching. So if you're friends with someone and you're watching a podcast that they're watching, it might tell you then. I'm not sure. Trace says I can. So Trace thought Tracy's going to have some spinal surgery. She's had a previous spinal surgery. She suffers in pain every day.
On the daily.
My poor friend. And she's tried so many things you cannot even imagine.
So it wasn't just a Lego stuck in her shirt.
It is, in fact, not a Lego just stuck in her shirt. And
it was a good theory.
they were going to do they originally thought they were just going to do this one surgery that was like fix like a couple vertebrae. I
Yeah.
have the text, but like
Right,
I'm
right,
going to summarize it as I understand it. You can correct me where I'm wrong.
Well, you know me, I'm a medical buddy.
So she not anymore, you're fired. So she had like 2 vertebrae or 4 vertebrae that they were going to fix, and they were like, but we'll have to go back in and do the other ones later. And she's like, oh fuck that, let's do it all. So she is going to be able to get paid and take the time out of work, and she's going to have the surgery sometime in October, it looks like. So is she going to rest and heal or injure herself more? That is the question. She's going to rest and heal because I'm going to nag her ass every fucking day, and it's going to go beautifully. Tracy is going to feel 1,000% better. This surgery will be the best thing that ever happened to her. It will go flawlessly. She is going to feel so good. She doesn't know what to do with herself, and she's going to have all that time off for work. So she's going to help with podcasts. She just doesn't know yet.
I have a suggestion.
What?
I think when they go in there, they should install in her spine a slinky. It'll make going upstairs easier. She'll go up like a slinky.
I don't think Tracy is ready to go.
And she'll be bouncy. It'll be like Tigger. It'll be awesome. She'll be bouncing around like.
Just slightly concerned because their bedroom is upstairs and her bathroom is downstairs. So she's probably going to need to stay downstairs for a little while. But she's in the best of hands because her wife, Bex, other OG lesbian, is a nurse.
Well, she's up there in Bassett Trace in Georgia, so that's a healing place.
Yeah, and Donna says maybe from Facebook. Yes, from Facebook. Donna says, I get the back sucks thing. Yeah, Donna's got her own health issues as well. Tracy says I won't have a choice but to rest and heal. Becky will ground.
She loves you.
I've grounded you like 5 times and you don't fucking listen to me. I think the problem is that I'm not in fucking Bassett Streets in Georgia smacking you upside the head. Anne says, Tracy, you will be healed and you will take care of yourself while healing. And she says, yes, I like the slinky idea. Tiggerific.
Yeah. You'll be sinewy.
Neither of you are very good medical buddies. That's a fucking crazy ass idea. Well, this bird is here to tell you that there's something coming. Do you hear the wind?
It's a chirp, chirp.
Trees rustling.
It's rustling, but yeah, look at.
We're about to get a storm.
Yeah, it's. I don't know what that looks like.
I wonder why we're not getting as many people tonight. Because usually, like, we're
maybe they've had it up to here.
With us, listen,
I don't know. There's a concert at Gillette tonight.
What concert?
I don't know, some country dude. I don't know.
That's riveting. Some country dude is in a concert at Gillette tonight. Like,
it's
please tell me why that's interesting.
Taylor Ryan. No, I don't know. I was just trying to explain why people wouldn't be here.
Because they're at a concert.
Yeah,
Gillette.
well, and they
everyone
can't get good service.
In the world.
No, I'm just saying that's
all the juggalos. They're there.
Well, they could be at the gathering of the juggalos. We don't know.
That's not today.
Or maybe all the people are busy texting.
Maybe we're
239-314-4104.
It's possible.
No,
and you also wanted to.
Oh yeah, there was a thing. Yeah.
We want to get to that, but maybe we'll do like
ramp up
while you pull that up, and we'll ramp down. So we have a shitload of hashtags today, and I had a really great personal experience that I want to share with you guys. So I don't know if you heard the news, but talk about the greatest show. We live in a total fucking fugazi. If you haven't been paying attention, President Biden is in the hospital in Las Vegas and has tested positive for COVID and canceled some dates. Now,
let's pray for him.
Of course, pray for his swift healing. I'm not saying that he's not sick, but it's really just we all have agreed that it's quite fishy what's happened with the Trump shooting.
Yeah, it's fishy. I don't know how it happened. Yeah,
but it's fishy. Okay, and so
is it nefarious? I don't know, but fishy, yes, for sure.
Okay, so but we agreed with fishy. Let's stick with the one thing it took us hours to agree on.
Right, it's fishy.
Okay, so
I like fishy.
Okay, so it's fishy.
Yeah.
And now, after all these calls for Biden to step down, he's sick. When Trump is doing better than ever because of the fishy shooting, Biden is sick and pulling out, and it was like this morning he said that if he had a health issue,
He
would
said
drop out.
if somebody discovered it was like an interview, and he said if he had an undisclosed or they discovered some sort of health issue that he would drop out.
Well, having COVID once isn't necessarily a health issue. People are fine. Or
so let's not jump the gun.
Well,
COVID, but go home, get some IVs. He'll be back out there.
He could be, and it could also be fishy.
I don't even like anything in the world today is fishy.
I agree. Well, I would hope my vagina is not fishy.
That's the one thing that's not fishy.
Oh, thank you for that. So here's my thing. The theory was for like a long time that they were going to what? All right. Well,
there's so many theories.
I just want to
go ahead. I'm sorry.
If you don't want to listen, you can.
I will sit quietly.
You can put your head in like a bag or something. You get like a paper bag, and Doug will just pull it over his head. Let me just. I think it's valuable that I want people to hear it, and they can do with the information what they will. So there's been a long-held theory that the plan was to put Biden in office and replace him with Harris, but they didn't because she was a disaster. And then people said they weren't going to put Biden on the ticket; they were going to replace him with someone else at the last minute. And people have been saying this, like I'm telling you constantly, and of course lately it's been the left saying it as well, and the media is saying it as well. Not necessarily that he needs to, some have said he needs to step down, and some have said that they need to put somebody else in there, but they haven't said we're going to do it at the last minute. But, the DNC hasn't happened yet. So, I was thinking about this the other day. The procedure after you have a miscarriage is called a DNC. So they might want to not use that.
Yeah.
It's not good. And it's on brand, I guess. But it was funny but it's funny because we have a sick sense of humor, and there's something fucking wrong with us. That's a whole other. There's something fishy here. Fishy people.
I can't even swim. How am I fishing?
You're like a dead fish.
Like a washed. I'm a dead fish. Okay, I'll remember that.
You're insulted?
No, I'm kidding. No, go ahead with your theory.
Do you realize I'm right here?
No, I know.
You keep looking over there, over there.
I'm just ashamed. I'm looking at the ground.
Okay, so the theory was they're going to replace him, and my thing is there's just so much information coming out about how they knew he was there for 30 minutes. They were in the building. There was a ladder left out. He brought his own ladder over, and some of the comedy coming out because it's tough because we were talking about this just last night. About how do we honor Corey, and I'm gonna fuck up the name. Let's just say Corey
Lewandowski. No, I just made that up. Compatore or something. I don't know.
Corey Compatore. Corey and his family.
It's funny how it rhymes.
We want to be I kind of hope they have a twisted sense of humor and
I don't know. I'd rather not joke about it.
But my point is, joking about anything even related to it seems distasteful because of Corey. And then there's a lot of reports that there could have been multiple shooters. This is the fucking JFK shooting of our fucking of this generation. If you're a boomer like Doug, you're all about the JFK. He's got JFK books in the other room. That's what they do.
No, I don't have JFK books. I've read books on it.
You have a JFK book because Bruce Tatata gave it to you as a gift.
No, I had to give it back. He lent it to me.
Oh, did you read it?
It was the big Bugliosi book. Yeah, I did. I read most of it. Yeah, I read the juicy parts.
Never seen him read a book, so I'm just saying I've never seen you read a book in 10 years or 11 years. I've never seen you read a book.
You didn't see me read the Keith Richards book, or you didn't see me read the Joe Strummer book, the Sam Cooke book.
No. I didn't know you knew how to read. I've never seen you read. That's all I'm saying. I don't remember seeing you read. It's not an insult. I don't remember seeing you read. Can you look at me sometimes?
You purchased me books.
I know, and
me not smart. You purchased me books.
You've purchased me books that I haven't read.
That's very true. Actually.
You buy me books that you would read.
I buy you books that I think you would like.
You buy me books that you would read, like books about musicians. I am not going to read an 800-page book about the Beastie Boys.
You love the Beastie Boys. Why wouldn't you love the book?
Okay.
I want to know everything about the Beastie Boys.
It's very hard for me to read books. I just don't have the attention span for it, right? And I have a lot of books that I haven't read. So reading an 800-page book about the Beastie Boys, probably not going to happen. If there was a movie with music, I would watch that.
How about if you did, for people with ADHD, books on a 3x5, like you know how books on tape,
There's
books on a
actually,
3x5 card, and that's like all you get.
There's actually can you open that?
He was born, he lived, he died. End of story.
So I used to go to the gym and listen to audiobooks on 2 times speed. That would help me. And by the way, there's lightning again. We could die.
I listen to this podcast at 1.75 speed to pick up like the good parts for our little clips.
Yeah. I don't think you can accurately
And
do
it's
that with me. I'm too
it's
fast.
not that different than real life.
I can't believe you would listen to me at 1.75 and get half of what I have to fucking say.
Do you ever see Bugs Bunny comes out of the hole? Everybody's running away from the Tasmanian devil. He's like,
I want to hear this at 1.7. Are you reading it while you do it?
Am I reading it? No, I'm listening to it.
Yeah, there's no way you're picking up everything.
I'm
if you
picking
listen
up
to it.
everything.
Do you think we should have more clips than we have? Like, I think we should have like 20 clips an episode. Anyway, it's all, it's all Fugazi, and we all should get together and start a hippie commune and live together.
Hey, Courtney's here.
Okay, that's good that Courtney's here. We have comments.
Just Hookah Bob says he has over 50 memes from people about last Saturday. I don't know if we should be making funny memes. You can also have a DNC to clean the uterus out, and maybe cleaning out the president is a DNC. I think it works.
Yeah, and Tracy is laughing, and yeah. I mean, but my point is that, like, I don't want to do anything that would hurt Corey's family, but I also think, like, the failures of the FBI, the failures of the Secret Service, the failures of everyone involved. Like, I don't know what we can do other than laugh.
I saw somebody and I don't know who that somebody was, but one of the organizations was pointing the finger at the town police department that were supposed to do that. It's supposed to
but they didn't properly do. They didn't properly do their prep.
Dukes of Hazzard over there.
It's actually very normal for them to use the local town.
Yeah, well, they would probably have
for
to
support. They have to, and they had. There are some reports that some of the normal detail was pulled away for a Jill Biden event. I don't know if that's true or not, but I did hear that from a few sources now. The reality is that the planning stage is where this fucking fell apart from the fucking get-go, because they should have had someone on that roof, and they should have had someone on the water tower. And of course the Secret Service was like, oh, but the roof was sloped. And the roof that the shooters on
was also sloped.
The snipers were on was also sloped. And fucking Elon Musk today, he's like, the roof of a Cybertruck is sloped. And like, I don't
know how he made that stretch. Like, that was an odd.
It's just he's just plugging the Cybertruck. It was funny. It was just like fitting, like, the roof is sloped. Like, every roofer in America watched that and was just like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?"
I used to love to go up on the roof. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously we don't want to endanger anybody, but there's equipment that you can use to make it so that you can safely be in place. Roofers have it. Maybe the Secret Service needs to check with some roofers. They'll help you. Also, false god is trending. Apparently, so the vice president's wife is Indian.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she's Hindu. I don't know if she is or not.
Vice president candidate.
Vice presidential candidate. JD Salinger. No, JD Vance.
Salinger. He's in hiding.
He's not entirely far from JD Salinger.
Oh, yes, he did write a book.
He wrote a book about someone with a difficult life, and I think that there's some valid points to be had there. So he, you're so tonight. You're like, I keep looking at the camera. Your eyes are everywhere. You're playing with everything. Like,
I got into Hookah Bob's bowl of candy.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
Well, maybe you should go get into the Hookah Bob bowl of candy. So I guess people are upset because there's Hindus there, and then maybe they had a Hindu prayer. Did they have a Hindu prayer? I don't fucking know. But hashtag false god is trending. How the fuck do you know what a false god is?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you know?
Bunch of bullshit.
How the fuck do you know? Maybe your god's the false god.
You ever think of that, Aztecs?
Leave the fucking Indians alone.
At least that made sense.
And here's the crazy thing. There's a great film. It's a documentary. I believe it's currently available on Amazon Prime, and it may be free. It used to be on Netflix, maybe free. It's called Zeitgeist, and they talk about the similarities between our religions. And also, I highly, highly recommend the book Zen Spirit, Christian Spirit. It's about the similarities between Buddhism and Christianity. And I would argue we're more alike than different, all of us.
Look at that.
Before I get too baked, I do want to, because we can do hashtags no matter how baked I am, but
Yeah.
I do want to get to my conversation with Melissa today, because I think people would find it very helpful. So imagine this. Remember,
Well, tell them who Melissa is.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, okay.
I'm getting there. Imagine this. You're thinking you're trying to be in a positive place. You want some community. You're trying to do better. And, you're focused on your spirituality. And you wish there was a place that loved and accepted everyone and that had similar values to you. You're not going to agree with everything anybody else has to say, but you want to go there. So we started going to this place, the Center for Spiritual Living. And we go to the one in Cape Coral. There's a bunch of them. Check it out. They have online service. It's awesome. And so going there, we learned a lot of different things. And it's, the whole premise is like, you can be whatever religion you want to be, but we believe in the science of mind. We believe that, thoughts become things.
Which is not,
and that
it's not a religion, it's a philosophy, right? The science of mind.
Yeah, well, philosophy, religion, like what's the difference? Whether there's molestation or not? Like, I don't know. As far as I know, they don't have very much or any. I have not witnessed any.
I've not been molested.
It doesn't mean there isn't
at all.
But, well, it's not.
Just by you.
You're not very good looking.
Just by you.
Just because you're not very good looking. If you haven't been here before, I'm not a horrible person.
Peter said I was sizzling hot.
He did. I am not a terrible person. I actually was molested as a child, and my favorite joke to make is that if you weren't molested as a child, it's because you were ugly.
If that's your favorite joke, you might want to get some more jokes. I have a whole dad joke catalog. A calendar.
Dude,
I could break it out.
Your jokes make me want to kill myself. My jokes make me feel better about life. What?
Your jokes are about molestation.
Yes.
It's not funny to everybody. Now what?
Were you molested?
No, I was not.
Shut the fuck up. It's like, what are you like the like?
I'm the molestation.
You're like the white people that are like, you're racist, and black people are like, no, they're not. Like, calm the fuck down, Karen.
Nobody's the judge of anything. So I don't know.
No, nobody is the judge of anything.
That's right.
Okay.
So there you go.
So we go to this place, and the foundation of the center is the book, The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. I have not read it yet. I've started listening to it on audiobook a couple times. I've learned it in services. I've read a lot of excerpts, studied a lot of excerpts. Definitely worth checking out. Very well respected book. And so while we're there, we learned they do what's called affirmative prayer. And if you don't know what affirmative prayer is, I want you to think like Southern church. A lot of people would think of like a Pentecostal church. Of course, you think of like a Southern Baptist church where. Did you hear that?
Somebody in a bike.
No, it was the button that we're missing.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was in there?
It's somewhere.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know where it is, but it made a noise. I think I don't know.
I thought it was a kid going by a bike.
No. So back to my story. Sorry, I'm a spaz. So we go there and they do what's called affirmative prayer, which is basically like, okay, let's do an affirmative prayer for Tracy. Actually, oh God, so because I practiced this today in my meeting, which I will get to. I know that there, the universe, gods, the God, whatever you want to say. I am so grateful for our creator and the universe and all of the creator of all worlds and our universe and all the wonderful things he brings to us. I know that I am one with the divine, as is my friend Tracy.
Oh.
Tracy's going to have her surgery. It's going to go perfectly. Her recovery will be swift. She will feel better than ever. She'll have the most trained, skilled physicians. The hospital will be so clean. She will have all the love and support she needs. She'll have all the things she needs, and she will enjoy taking this break for herself. I'm so grateful that Tracy is healed already. Her healing is, I know that it's, I know that the universe is aligning perfectly for her, and so it is. So
wait, where can this Slinky? Work in the slinky.
There's
somehow.
no slinky, but so I I'm not good at it. I'm practicing and I'm trying to go through the way Melissa taught me, but basically it's just like you're manifesting and you're thanking the universe for it because the universe is always aligning for your highest and best good, whatever that is, right? So like the way I like to think of it, because Melissa and I talked about this. She was like, well, identify your God. So like, of course, your God could be like, for me, my God is a creator of worlds and the universe, and he's all love and all generosity and all caring. And he wants nothing but good things for us. And in saying that, then I go forward and I assume that the good things are happening. I don't know. Listen, it sounds like hippie woo-woo bullshit, but I'm telling you, when you do it, you feel better. You feel good. Like, it's weird. Like when you go to the center, when we go for a service, how do you feel?
I think you feel a little bit more thoughtful about stuff.
Yeah, but don't you feel energized? Like when I go, I leave. And by the way, like there's some stuff like I'll be like, but most of the time, like 90% of the time, I'm super into it. Like I leave feeling energized. I leave feeling filled with spirit, fueled with positive energy. Like it really brightens my whole week. Do you not feel that way?
I think the kindness of the people lifts you up. I think like some of the stuff you're like I don't know what they're talking about, but for the most part, yeah, I think anything with good intentions, anything that leaves you with good intentions or wants to leave you with a sense of kindness.
So do you leave there feeling good?
Yeah, usually, yeah.
And is it something that you carry with you throughout the week?
Yeah, usually, yeah.
So there you go. So listen, it may not be for you. It might be for you. It might be worth checking out. But I'm going to tell you. So we've gotten involved with the community. We're helping them with some marketing stuff. We haven't really been able to go to services lately because I have had to rest, which is how we rephrase today. We're going to talk about that. And so they had a mystical fair, and during the mystical fair, they had several different workshops. And one of the workshops was taught by Melissa Arterberry of Peaceful Possibilities. So give her a follow on Facebook. It's called Peaceful Possibilities. I would type it out, but I'm talking. Doug's going to type it. Peaceful Possibilities. Her name is Melissa Arterberry. Tell her we sent you. So she does spiritual counseling. So it's therapy and spirituality in one. It's kind of like, what I love about it is it takes she's not doing the whole tell me about your childhood, like let's run over the things one by like your entire life story and let's have you to come to therapy for $40 a week for the rest of your life. No, she doesn't want you. She does not want you. Her goal is to give someone skills that they move on and they don't need her anymore. And of course she's actually shifting her business model from taking clients to more workshops and events and public speaking.
That's where the money is.
Well, it would be otherwise. She's from a business model perspective. She's constantly
churning. Yeah,
she'd be chasing clients, and it's too small. And she wants to help as many people as she can. Yeah. I'm telling you, like,
well, it's definitely something you can, you kind of teach, and then the person.
Yeah, you feel better teaching it, and you go on and teach, and you teach someone else, and so on and so forth. And she just got her practitioner's license, and I see amazing things coming from her. But I will tell you, I've been in and out of therapy my entire life, and I've learned things. But I'm telling you, one session with Melissa, I learned more. It was more effective than a million others. She doesn't take insurance. It's $60 a session. That's like basically what it's going to cost you after your fucking copay anyway. You might as well just do it. So I had a super call with her today. I hadn't talked to her I talked to her last week, and it was like 4 weeks ago that we had our sesh. And, you'll be talking about something. And she'll be like, well, you're telling me all the facts of this, but you're not telling me how you feel about it. And so this week I went in and I was telling her about how I've been feeling really frustrated because we start making all this progress. The podcast is doing really good. It's really, really good. Everything's going great. And then Stacey gets sick, and then, and it's just so frustrating. Like when I wasn't doing the podcast, I would be like, when I wasn't doing the podcast, I would be like, just trying to distract myself to get through the day. Right. And it was just like, get through the fucking day. This is my terrible life, blah, blah, blah. And now it's kind of like, not only is it worse because I'm like upset that I'm not doing it, but I feel like I'm never going to get anywhere with this. I had some hope, and that hope is gone. And boy, does it break my heart every fucking time. And what do I do about that? And so she was like, whoa, whoa, we need to change all of that thinking. And she's like, okay, I want you and Doug to start catching each other. And we've been talking about this, and you've caught me sometimes. And I want you guys to join me in this. I want you to catch us saying things that we're not supposed to say that are negative. And we're going to catch you. And I want you to maybe, and not in like a way that is like,
gotcha.
Ew, I judge you. That's just true.
Oh, I'm going to judge all of you.
But in a way that is like, hey,
don't
talk to my friend like that.
Yeah.
Don't talk to my friend like that.
Yeah.
Don't talk. And I do that all the time. And so I wanted to just go over my notes with my notes from my chat with Melissa today. So one of the things that I came up with, that which creates worlds is accessible to us all. So by meaning God, or whatever God you pray for, the universe, the law of attraction, Xenon, whatever the fuck you have,
Xanadu.
It's accessible to us all, and at any time. So when you're struggling, and I was thinking about this literally right before we did the podcast, and the weed hasn't kicked in yet, so like,
hold on to your butts.
It's gonna get worse. That when you have when you have this idea that everything's aligning for you perfectly, and you have some sort of struggle, instead of beating yourself up inside, like right now, I'm like, should we be putting more effort into the music? Should we focus on the podcast? How do we split our time? Like, what's the best way to do this? And I realized that I just need to put that out in the universe. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to follow my impulses.
Yeah.
And follow the path as it comes before me. I currently feel like doing the podcast is a great way for me to cross promote with you. And I believe we need someone that's going to help you promote the music stuff. I would love it to be George and or Hookah Bob together. But I feel like we can't do it all by ourselves. Like, we need a little help with some of it. And I think we're going to need a producer for the podcast, and we're going to need all this stuff. So I'm just putting out into the universe.
So should I be correcting you, say, instead of we need, we have?
Well, yeah, exactly. So I want to rephrase it so that
look at me learning shit.
We are someone who will produce the podcast is all the people that we need in our lives to help us with the podcast and the music and my health and the kitchen, and just friends and love are all surrounding us.
Yeah.
And look, here we are. And there's not that many people tonight. It's 22, but it's like really the 22 best people on the fucking planet. Let's be serious. And so
they're up there.
So it's coming together. And I know that, like, I just have to stop myself when I'm struggling with something, and instead of beating myself up, rephrase it. And hopefully if somebody catches me not phrasing things in the right way, they're going to say to me, okay, but let's stop and rephrase it. Put a little wish out into the universe. Say that shit out loud. And she also encouraged me to set up a routine that involved some things that would help to release stress and anger, because you don't want to live in that place, right? How many people do you know that are just walking around all the time stressed out and angry?
Yeah.
I know a lot. I'm not going to name any names.
Are you pointing at me? Because you should be, because I'm always stressed out.
Well, everybody's always stressed out, but it's you get to choose your thoughts, right? So now, what?
Tracy says, "Did you start Instagram?" I don't know if she did.
Oh shit, probably not.
Look at that.
I did not, but nobody watches this on Instagram. Everyone watches this on Instagram. We have
right.
1 million followers on Instagram.
We're going to be an
makes
Instagram
more money
sensation.
than we know what to do with, and we do so many amazing things for charity.
I will tell you the one thing I don't like about Instagram.
What's that?
Because people can like assume other names, and you have no idea who these people are.
You can assume other names anywhere.
I know, but on Instagram, it's like, Poppy's dog. I don't know who
do that everywhere.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
Okay. So back to my story.
I don't like it at all.
Back to my story.
Did you start Instagram?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I did now.
Well, you did now. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy.
Producer.
And she said,
Slinky.
So she talked about integrating, because we all have feelings of stress and anxiety sometimes, and it's learning to release those feelings because they're not helpful for us, right? When you're holding on to something like that, you're giving energy to it. So if you're feeling stressed and you don't release the stress, if you're feeling anxious and you don't release the anger, you are feeding those situations, and you have to find ways, to release them. One way is to ask someone to hold you in the light, which means they just listen and let you process your feelings, which, you're not supposed to like give them feedback or whatever. That's a struggle for me. I'm working on it.
Well, keeping your mouth shut is a struggle.
And then, of course, building into your life ways that you're releasing that every day. So for me, that is journaling, and of course, gratitude and visualization, and then of course affirmations. So one of the things I decided to do, because Melissa is a big believer in doing your affirmations in the mirror, is I made my list of affirmations today, and I'm going to print them out and hang them by the mirror, but I'm going to read them to everyone first. Ready?
Bring it.
This is me
in the mirror.
Believing in me. Woo! I am one with the divine. My light changes the world.
I'd agree with that.
I am healthy. All of the cells in my body work perfectly in harmony. I am limitless. Everything goes my way. I am abundant. Everything I want effortlessly flows to me. I am surrounded by people who love, support, and encourage me. Obviously, I have proof of that right here. I am beautiful and sexy, and people are drawn to me.
Like a magnet.
And I have a life filled with joy, fun, and adventure. And I live in my dream home. I feel so peaceful and happy here.
It is a fairly peaceful place that we live in. Except for that noise that just came from across the street.
I think it's peaceful, but it's not, I would like to have our own house that we can't get kicked out of, that our neighbors aren't on top of us. Like, I have a little wish list.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm allowed to want.
But you're abundant.
I am abundant. So I don't know.
That's a good word for you.
Thought that was.
You are abundant in all things, in personality, in hair. Yeah.
So here's my little homework assignment for you guys. If you choose to accept it, is to write down some affirmations about yourself. You can type them. You can write them on a piece of paper, whatever. You put them on a sticky. You can grab a lipstick, write it on. Do not grab your wife's $27 Chanel lipstick or $30 eyeliner. Go get a Wet n Wild. If it's Wet n Wild, nobody gives a shit. Or even Elf, nobody cares. So you just write it on a sticky, write it on a piece of paper, but have it by your mirror, or even you can just put it in your phone. Just put it in your phone, and you're going to stand in front of the mirror every day, and you're going to say that.
I like you.
But it's just, starting your day off with those positive vibes. And I got to tell you, sometimes, go ahead.
I swear to God, and that's why what I was talking about church is it brings you to the front of your mind. It brings it right into the front instead of being always in the back.
Well, it's putting your self-care first, right? Because it's your spirituality and your self-care. You put that first, and then everything else falls together. But I do have to pick on Doug. You guys want to hear me pick on Doug? It's not really picking on Doug. So we talked about doing affirmations one day. We actually started writing them on the mirror. It didn't go very well. It was like Winky Lux eyeliner.
Yeah, Winky Lux, not very good for
a mirror.
No.
And so I was sitting there, and we're trying to write them out. And I told Doug to read them aloud, and he couldn't do it. And when you have something that you really don't believe about yourself, that you want to believe about yourself, especially you try to say it, especially if you're looking in the mirror or talking to someone else, you will burst into tears. I can't tell you how many times I've given someone a compliment, and I'm glad you're riveted by the podcast that I've given someone a compliment, and they have been like, they've given someone a compliment and they haven't been able to take that compliment.
Yeah.
And it's something I struggle with too. Christina told me I look beautiful in that dress the other day, and I'm like, it's because I'm sucking my stomach in. Where I should have been like, thank you, I do look beautiful.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so I want you to ask yourself, what is there? Okay, what is there an affirmation you could make?
An affirmation, something that was good about me.
An affirmation is something that you say that's positive, that brings the life you want to you.
I think I would say something about being productive. I am productive.
Oh, productive. Is that really I don't know. Productive. How about
thriving?
I am a
badass.
I am a world famous musician.
That's not true. Yet.
That's not the point. Yet.
Yeah.
I am a world.
I will be a world trade.
No, I am.
Oh, I am. Okay.
I am.
I
Because
am.
you know it's already
always
done.
gonna
I
happen.
am a world. I am. I am.
The world's greatest lover.
I will be the judge of that.
Okay.
No, but you can manifest that. I appreciate that.
I am the world's greatest lover.
And what seriously, what things could you actually manifest? Because
Because
there's people at home right now thinking like, oh, I don't want to do this.
I'm
you know?
trying to think. It's like more
Well,
like
what things would
more,
you want for your life?
more like about things that I want to improve about myself.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about improvement. I'm talking about ultimate goal. What would be the ultimate goal for Doug's life?
Like would be to make money off or make enough money off my music or art or this podcast.
I make more money than I know what to do with.
All right, I'm down with that.
Say it.
I make more money than I know what to do with. Now some idiot's gonna cut that up and say, "Look at this jerk." I know what you mean. I have more money, and so then it'll come to you.
Yeah, but that's not the point. The point is that like it's hard for people to even write affirmations, much less say them to themselves. And you're demonstrating that right now.
Yeah.
Right. So like I'm suggesting that let's come up with some affirmations, because if you can do it, they can do it.
Well, the thing that I have a hard time with it is like I try to be genuinely humble about things, and I feel that sometimes these affirmations where I'm like, I'm this world famous musician.
Yeah, but so that's like, can I say, like, you have no problem talking to yourself like shit every day. Like, we actually talked about this. Like, you have no problem like doing nothing but criticizing you, but you're not going to build yourself up. Like, if little Dougie Gear was here, I don't know, I look like that paper. I have big lips. And
not nice.
No, he was cute.
It's offensive.
He was cute.
It's racist.
What do you mean? He looked like Justin Bieber.
Because I was white.
Because you are white. But would you say that to little Dougie Gear?
I would. I would.
What would you have said to little Dougie Gear?
Don't drink soda. I would drink that and eat better. No, I'm saying, like, if I was gonna, I would say.
But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for, give little Dougie Gear a pep talk about the life little Dougie Gear wants.
Well, you're gonna grow into those lips, little shit. Tell you that much. Keep it the guitar, because that'll do you some good. Things like that.
Would you tell him he could be anything he wanted to be if he worked hard at it?
Yes, I would.
Would you tell him you can be a world famous musician?
You can be. Don't let people discourage you from that.
Okay, but the point is to have it be affirmative, right?
Yeah.
So you march to the beat of your own drum,
right?
And your uniqueness makes you special.
Yeah.
That's a great affirmation.
Yeah, that's great.
I march to the beat of my own drum, and the unique person that I am makes me special. Okay, what else do you want for your life?
I would like to get the most out of whatever talents I have. Like, I don't want to leave anything on the field. Like, I want to be.
I use my talents every day.
Oh, okay. Look at you with the converter.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. What else you got?
I would like to be the best husband and father that I can be.
My wife and children view me as their rock. They love and adore me.
And then my next one, I guess, would be I am a rock.
I am a rock.
I am a rock to many.
Well, we already said you were a rock in the last one.
I'm a rock and roll villain.
So
pay attention.
This was like pulling teeth.
Yeah, I'm not good at this stuff. Yeah.
And then we have, do we ever find out what happened with the revving vehicle earlier?
We think we did.
Yes, we're going to get to that.
Okay.
And then Tracy says, I like your affirmations. And Hookah Bob says, I want to make money with my wife than my wife. Bleh. I want to make more money than my wife knows what to do with. Ha, that's not realistic. Whether it's realistic or not. Like, how many times have you seen a miracle occur to someone else? We all saw it on Saturday. Former President Trump turned his head a quarter of an inch, not dead. So if that miracle, and obviously not dead, is probably not what you want to aspire to, but that was a fucking bona fide miracle. Like, undoubtedly a miracle with them. What?
Yeah, I don't know how that, like, how it's crazy.
It's a miracle
it's crazy.
he's alive.
Yeah,
it is a miracle he's alive.
Yeah.
Okay. So whether you like him or not, still a miracle that he's alive. So there's miracles that take place every day. Why can't those miracles happen for you?
Yeah.
Like somebody else wins Powerball. There's no reason you can't win Powerball.
That's right.
There's women that are in their 80s playing fucking tennis
Having
every day.
babies
Why
and
that
shit.
can't be? I don't know if they're having babies in their 80s.
Oh,
but maybe.
right. Sorry.
Like if it can happen to anyone, it can totally happen to you. Killing says, cool affirmations. I have a story for you that involves Tracy. Hang on for this one because it's really good. But I want to finish.
Is it about killing people?
It is about killing people.
Oh, okay.
It's a conversation with Tracy. Where else is it going to go?
Of course.
So, she told me to review when I'm like feeling when I feel like I'm struggling with my health.
Yeah.
Rather than getting upset, I choose to trust in the universe that everything with the podcast is aligning perfectly, that everything will align without me, that my supporters are going to help us get through this. And our supporters, thank you very much. And that I am going to take this opportunity to rest. So I'm turning it into a positive thing. Yeah. And then she told me, whenever you have something that's like bothering you, and I always like do this, like, you know, how if I'm in like traffic and somebody cuts me off, I'm like, I wish them peace, love, and happiness. Instead, we're like, fuck you, motherfucker. You tell yourself, like, you make a conscious choice when something bothers you, and you say, I'm not going to give my peace to this. Yeah. So, for example, if I'm not going to manifest this, because you'll kill me. But if something, perhaps someone cut you off in traffic or scratched your car or whatever, things that would normally upset you, you just want to stop yourself and say,
it's like a reset, right? You want to
reset and you say, I'm not giving my peace to this.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you need to like remove, like there's a lot of things that you can do, like journal, talk to a friend, exercise, do some.
Well, that's how I felt
kind of Reiki
at about
Sage. I'm a big fan of Sage.
That's how I felt at about
open a door, open a window.
4 p.m. yesterday, like with all the assassination attempt theories and the political stuff and all this. Like I had just gotten full with it, right?
Yeah, and you decided
I didn't want to get. I wanted peace from it.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to put any energy into it.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of my way with sort of politics in general, like about posting about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely how
about it, right?
Here's my thing. I generally feel that way about it, right? Like, I feel like I'm not going to have the Million Stacy March on Washington, but I do feel like when there's a current event, we do discuss current events here on the podcast. We try to use hashtags. So I will discuss it, but I want to discuss it in a way that's thoughtful. And I think that, like, if you have a topic, like if we have a topic that we're like, oh, I'm kind of sick of this topic, it's okay to be like, you know, I don't really want to talk about it, but say what you got to say and we'll move on. And like, you're just like, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, when you were talking about the Million Stacy March, I just, you know how like they have that that riddle question, like, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or a horse-sized duck?
Mm-hmm.
Which would you rather have a conversation with, one Stacy-sized Stacy or 100 duck-sized Stacys? When I thought of Million Stacy March, I thought of millions of Stacys, and I'm like which would be better? Would it be like 100 of you,
like
all
little
squawking
ones,
like geese? Yeah, little ones.
So you could have said 100 of you, because you're little now.
Yeah, duck-sized Stacys or one.
But you said, or one Stacy like you are now.
Yeah,
and so that makes me the giant one.
Well, compared to the duck size.
Remember that thing about being this great husband? You might want to say that affirmation a little bit more.
All right. Well, I don't know. I was just thinking about that. I didn't really think it through.
I know.
But
I totally don't. But it's like a guy thing. Like, men don't realize, like, if you could compare your wife to something gigantic, it's gonna hurt her feelings.
Well, I didn't make you horse size. That would have been terrible. See how I thought ahead?
I'm miniature horse size. I'm pony size. I'm whatever. You're just being a weirdo.
My pony. Sorry.
Are you gonna use any words?
I don't know the words.
Ponies,
yeah, I know that.
You better get up and do like a sexy dance then.
Pony.
If you're gonna sing that song, you gotta do a sexy dance.
I don't know. I'm not gonna do a
sexy dance.
No, I don't have a slinky for a spine.
Come on, do a sexy
go ahead.
dance.
No.
You're not going to do it?
No,
you're really being a party
I'm giving my piece to the sexy dance.
Okay. so you can journal and release. That's a good way to do things. And of course, when you journal, I find the best thing to do is, if it's one thing to vent, but don't leave the book until you have found a solution to the problem. And the solution to the problem could be visualization. It could be that you're going to choose to accept something that you can't change, aka radical acceptance. Whatever you pick. And then my other note was, of course, we talked about sharing love and light with the world, and that we could all be the change we want to see. And that's like kind of what we try to do here every night.
Yeah, I think everybody. I think a lot of people.
Like 23 people. So I'm starting to feel like nobody likes us.
You know what? We have thousands and thousands of viewers that watch after the podcast, and
that's true too.
There's a discussion
Even though
group.
There's not a lot of people showing up on screen right now. We're reaching a lot of people, but more importantly, we're reaching the people that are here, and we're helping them
in a timely and meaningful manner.
And then the other thing she talked about was how spirit works through us to do everything that it's going to do. Meaning, so Melissa helping me today was spirit working through her.
Right.
What we do here, where we joke about dicks constantly, is spirit working through us. And it was funny because I was thinking about it today, how there's a lot of people out there that are going to give you advice, and you may or may not listen. And there's a lot of people out there who are going to try to give you support. But I think most people feel like if they take help, they're weak.
Yeah, no,
taking help is a sign of weakness. I happen to know someone that does not like to ask for help.
It's because
I'm not
too strong.
going to point.
You're pointing
any more fingers than I'm currently pointing. just the one finger at my husband, who does not like to ask for help. And so I think like asking for help is
lazy.
It's not. Oh my God.
I'm kidding.
But like, if the universe is there to help us and to give us everything we need.
Yeah.
When we refuse help, we're not letting the universe help us. Like if you, and I've done that. By the way, I've done that. My friend Darlene has a Lyme disease nonprofit. I refuse to take it. Although right now they're focusing on local people, so I wouldn't be eligible anyway. But
you're not local.
But people have offered to help pay for my Lyme stuff, and we did the GoFundMe and whatever. We got a little help there. It was a challenge in a whole other way. But there have been opportunities presented to me in the last couple of years that I have turned down because I felt like they should go to someone else. And how about like when someone offers you something, it's a gift from the universe, and you say thank you. Just say thank you, and you take it.
Like when Hookah Bob gives you a bowl of candy, you say thank you.
Even if it's more candy than you could ever eat in your lifetime.
Yeah, well,
Hookah Bob wants you to go into a diabetic coma.
We're gonna make people.
And of course, that we are not our past. So when you beat yourself up about something that you did 10, 20, 30 years ago, say to yourself, what could I have done different in that situation? Okay, I would have done that. And I'm not my best. I am a new person. I am whole and complete. I love myself completely. Great affirmation to do. That would probably be a hard one for you. Could you say that?
Am I whole and complete? I love myself completely.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And of course, we talked about fanning the flames of negative energy and just like helping each other with that, and not judging our feelings, because it just creates more of the feelings. So like, don't judge them. You know how like you'll feel anxious about something or feel like you shouldn't feel a certain way. Like that's my favorite, like my favorite. It's not my favorite thing. It's like the most ridiculous thing I see in the world around me is people telling other people how to feel. Don't feel that way. Don't cry. Don't be sad. Don't get upset. Like, no, that's how I feel. Yeah. And how do you process? Like, you have a feeling. Okay, cool. How can we process that feeling? So like, I kind of feel like that's our job, is to like the feelings come in, and our job is to process them. So like our body has all kinds of like things in place to process things. Like our heart processes blood, I think. Our lungs process oxygen. Our digestive system processes food. And your brain processes your feelings, or your brain or your soul.
Matthew has made it finally with his micro.
I promise, I'm almost done.
We're kidding, but we did talk about that today here at the house. Matthew, as one of the funniest parts of last night's podcast.
What was that?
About Matthew's micro.
Oh, I forgot about that. I was going to use it for what we talked about last night in the podcast, and I totally forgot about it. then she just helped me with some affirmations. She said don't block assistance before it comes, meaning, for example, for me, I'm not a big fan of Western medicine, and she was talking about, you're going to find the right doctors. You guys know, I was like, fucking doctors. But she said don't block assistance before it comes, because it could be that a doctor, you meet a Western doctor that happens to be up on the hippy dippy shit. It could be that you meet a healer that's like a hippy dippy healer. So don't block assistance, because assistance is a gift from the universe, and it's like it's rude. It's quite frankly rude of you to dismiss gifts from the universe. Here we have a gift from the universe, and if you do not take it, you're being rude.
I was going to say if you found a doctor that gave you the fun medicine, but probably not. Shouldn't
I have plenty of fun medicine in the other room. It was given to me by Hookah Bob.
That's right.
I don't need a doctor.
Yeah.
I got a middle-aged man on a Harley.
So Cindy Bennett also made it. What did you guys set the alarm for 9 instead of 8?
She has extra kids right now. And I don't know if you saw that video I messaged you, but we covered that song last night, Bitch Lasagna. You need to
Bitch Lasagna. We have to do that
5 times a day so that Doug will finally bring you your lasagna.
Hookah Bob says Matthew got in trouble because of a video I sent him of a guy singing a song. Yeah, not safe for work. Anything. All right, I think if anybody gets a video or an audio file or a text message from Hookah Bob during your work hours, you might want to wait till you're off the clock.
Hookah Bob never sends me anything inappropriate. What the fuck, Hookah Bob?
And then Tracy says hi to Cindy.
Yeah, no, everybody's here.
Everybody's saying hello,
here.
And it feels like you know what it feels like? We're at Thanksgiving dinner and the whole family is gathered around the table. Kind of,
except that the whole family's got a low energy tonight, and I'm trying to pull it up.
It's low. It's Wednesday.
But my energy's not low. I'm fucking going.
Your energy is never low.
No, I'm not saying my energy is never low.
I'm kidding.
But it's not tonight. But
no, you're right. Yeah, I'm super low.
I know. How can I fix that? I'm tired. Go get some goddamn cocaine. Pep up, motherfucker. We got shit to talk about. Right. So don't create more of the feelings. Don't block assistance. Here are some affirmations that we did. Thank you for being
a friend.
The perfect tribe as I experience healing. Thank you for being bringing the people I need into my life. I am experiencing wellness now. I'm whole and complete even when my body is out of sorts. I know that there is one God who is love, generosity, and compassion. And then, of course, we talked about the affirmative prayer, which is identifying your God and thanking them, realizing that you're one with the divine. Claim what you want through visualization. Express gratitude because you know it is already done because you asked for it, and release it. So it is, and move on with your fucking day. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, I got some really good advice from Chris. It says you can fix it with a handy.
What can we fix with a handy?
I don't know, tiredness, frustration.
Whip it out. I will give you a hand job right now, live on the air. And
really?
Do not give a fuck. Yes, obviously.
That's my shirt. What are you doing?
Why do you have so many?
I have a shirt and so.
First of all, he's got his pants triple knotted. Were you an altar boy?
I have a triple knot. Yeah, actually they are knotted like that. They're drawstring.
I'm
pants.
still waiting. I'm gonna do it. Okay, so let me finish the rest. So you want to identify. I could write this up if anybody's interested, but you want to identify your God and describe him. You're one of the divine. You claim that what you desire through visualization. You express gratitude as if it's already done because it is. You release it, you say it, and so it is. Because when you partner with God, it creates worlds. Anything is possible. I've loved the way she wrapped that up. I thought it was amazing. And then, and she said, I released this word into the creative law, and so it is. Oh, and one thing she said that she did in a class that she took was when she had a negative thought, she would just cancel, clear.
Oh, like a dealer leaving the table.
Yeah, but you could. Yeah. What do they do?
Yeah,
clear. It's a great way to do it. And then, of course, she said replace should with could.
Yeah.
Because should you make yourself feel bad. And then she said you have to affirm that. And asking to one another. So when someone or love or care about says something, and she always says beloved, and I love when she says that, but she says, beloved, do you really want to affirm that? And I was like, yeah, that's because if I say to Doug, don't talk that way, he's going to get defensive. But if I say, and he'll always be like, but that's reality. Okay, but we're going to live not in reality because the reality in this is sometimes not good. And so we say, I'm choosing And then, of course, like if you're having stressful thoughts, I'm expressing stressful thoughts. I'm going to choose to lean into my belief that everything is happening for me. And then I'm going to do a visualization and prayer. And then we're going to lean into our support system. We want to identify our tribe. Hello, we have each other. And then we make a list of what you want your tribe to be. And, you know, if you don't have those people in your life, like maybe like you want someone in your life who makes you laugh, or you want somebody in your life that's a romantic partner, like you can bring those people into your life. Hold on to the light, listen without judgment, and offer opportunities. And then, of course, just working to purge yourselves of negativity at all times, making sure you're listening to music and watching television that lifts your energy. And I know, like, if you're into crime shows or horror movies like me, that seems like, but I don't want to do that. I just do it in short bursts, and then I take time to recharge. And then, of course, spending some time in the afternoon in the water every day is like my goal. I got in today, so that was good. And one thing that you should say to yourself, and it's absolutely amazing, I love myself and others so much that I want to give the best version of myself to everyone. It's a win-win to practice self-care. So by doing your self-care, you're giving the best version of everybody. So that's where I was with that. And we talked about using a rant to yourself in the mirror about how your affirmations, like rant to yourself in the mirror, like, this is what's happening, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And you might feel silly. You might be screaming at the top of your lungs. Who cares? And the other thing about ranting, and I'm wrapping up, and we'll talk about the people in the road.
Sure, are ranting.
The other thing is be mindful that if you have a friend that you call and they're like, you're so right, and this and that and the other thing, and they're basically like, they're trying to be supportive, right? But they're basically doubling down on your negativity. So what you want to do is just kind of ask them to just like listen, and you can, ask them to validate your feelings. Of course, your friend could validate your feelings, but I think more importantly, your friend is there to let you process your feelings. And if you need assistance, or they may have a solution for you, but the goal is to let you, kind of do it yourself, and not if somebody's upset and you go to that place with them, you're also feeding the negativity, because it becomes like a spiral. And it's something I try not to do, but I think sometimes people think like I rush to a solution, and I'm definitely, I don't want them to be sad. So it does seem like I rush to a solution. But I should slow it down and say, I'm sorry that you're going through this. It's not fair. It's not okay, but I don't want to feed this negative thing in your life. So how can we help? How can I help you move forward?
Yeah. Well, it's not like, I don't think you'd be feeding it, but like sometimes remember we talked about this, people either want comfort or a solution, right? And I think what you're saying there, you're offering some level of a comfort.
Yeah, you're offering the comfort briefly, and then you can help them to find a solution if it's something they can. But if you're sitting there and you're saying like for example, and I think we've all done it, and I've definitely done it. If I've had this happen in our lives where we've had people that do negative things, and it becomes like that we're all like wrapped up in the drama of it all. Yeah. Energetically, we're thinking about it a lot. We're talking about it a lot, and it just makes the situation worse. How many times have we seen that?
A lot.
So if you stop yourself and say, well, this person is doing this thing that I can't control. That is their choice. I'm going to keep doing me. I wish them well. And if they start to bother you, like, just be like, oh, and I know this person does this, why they do it, and I can't control them, and I'm going to release it. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to say, clear, walk away from the table, whatever it is that you have to do to feel better. Just don't give your piece to it. So that's my story. We have our comments?
Yeah, we're all caught up. Nobody
I can fix it with a handy. So the car. So I'm outside in the pool. The accountant called, and I'm trying to do interactions and get in the pool. And I did a ton of content today. And I came outside, and there's a car like across the street from our house on the road, which is not normally. And we live in a little neighborhood, and it's just, and nobody parks their car street. Like, I don't even think you're allowed to park your car in the street. And so the car was running, and it was like revving the engine and not revving the engine and revving the engine and not revving the engine. And they didn't do this until like at some point while I was outside. I didn't even realize when they turned the car on. So I'd come out. I was originally going to go naked, but the car was there, so I didn't. So I came out with my suit on, and I'm in the pool. And so I'm like, oh, there's this weird text. Tracy had texted me, and I'm like, there's this weird car, and I don't know what's going on. And so Tracy is like, you know, she just like jumps into forensic.
She's going on
mode.
Google Earth.
She's being super
zooming
like,
in on our house.
This is like the list of things. It was so cute. She's like, call the cops, do a well-being check on the car color, 2-door, 4-door, sedan, sports car, truck, any occupants you can see, and if you can take a photo of the license plate, even better, because she knows her shit. And I'm like, but Tracy, I would have to get out of the pool. So I didn't. I think it was somebody working on their car, right? But it wasn't like I was going to confront them. And what's I going to do? Like climb out of the car and just like stare at them? Like,
But later,
they left.
Well, the car was there, and a pickup truck came in. It looks like painters were going to be working over at that house. So I don't know if he was one of the painters going to meet him at that house or something. I don't know what happened.
But so, they painters came.
Car's gone.
They're gone. Yeah. And I was not murdered. And I did not get any information. So if somebody died or was murdered, it would be my fault because I was too lazy to get out of the fucking pool.
Tracy said she worked in 9/11. Not 9/11.
She worked
911 calls. All right, I'm going to show you guys a thing that you guys need to do for me as a little favor. If you can, I'm asking you for a favor.
You don't have to. You don't want
to. So if you go to this website, which is the Vault 847, which is this sort of metal station that they have me on. If you scroll down to their chart, you will see Rock and Roll Villain Doug Gear, and then you will see this little up arrow next to this green up arrow. If you hit that, it'll register a vote for me in getting into the staying on the top 10 or moving up in the top 10. So you can see that these folks up here before Arcadia, who are friends of ours. We don't know them, but they're on the other top 10. They're in the number 1 spot with 156. All in is the Defons. They're at 64, and then Doug is down here at I think what do you have 21? 21. Yeah, we have 21 since mine didn't upload, but that's all it takes is the Vault 987.com. You just hit that up button and register a vote. I don't know how many times you can do it. Like I did it today, so that's grayed out now. I can't do it anymore. So I don't know if I can do it tomorrow. But I will, and I don't know if you can do it on your phone. So let me check on the phone. Oh, Tracy's already done it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. The link is on the page, the vault847.com.
I'm going to see if we can do it on the phone.
So it's up to 24 already.
Nice.
Since we started. Thank you guys. Of course I did too.
Still in third though.
That's all right. We'll get it caught up.
So the other thing is this: if you listen to the station, you can vote while it's on. But
you have to no idea when it's on. Yeah, and then you got to.
Yeah. So it looks like I could vote on my phone as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we're up to 25. Look at that.
I did it actually. I did it on both browsers on my computer, and I'm going to do it on both browsers on my phone if I am able to. So yeah, if you guys could do that, that would be super helpful because that helps Doug. It was actually played for the first time on a different station.
Today. Which I had a call, so I didn't get to listen to it.
They just played it, but it was kind of like a jazz. Like it was. Listen, I'm grateful that they played it. It's already up to 27. Nice. I'm grateful that they played it, but
it's on the move.
I'm grateful that they played it, but he didn't really introduce or anything. It
was
like they played 50 songs. It was the best song that they played, and I'm not being biased on this one. It was like 50. A lot of
that's nice.
Kind of folky jazz music.
Yeah.
And they played Perfectville, and I cried, and I posted a little video about it on YouTube. Yeah. And I don't know, it's just really exciting.
But it's which it's great that it's getting played. I haven't seen any uptick in my Spotify plays or in my Apple downloads or any of that stuff. So I'm like questioning if like people are listening to these stations and they're not they're not paying attention or what. So it's kind of one of those things, like the whole reason, right? You want to get your music out to as many people, but you also want people to stream it or put it on their Spotify thing. So
basically, if you can tell people about it and you can like and comment, share songs to your wall, it really helps Doug out.
Yeah.
And like I don't know, just pick a song a week and drop that shit down. Yeah. And that's 10 songs.
But the weird thing is, I know
it
that
really helps.
I don't know that if adding like let's say you add "Smile Like the Sun" to your Instagram post. I don't know if I get credit for that. You would think you would.
I don't think you get credit for it, but it gives you coverage for your song. So if you're making, and actually,
because it
some
says
of
up
you
at the
guys
top.
have, and
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have.
no, Courtney has.
If you have made a song, a video with one of our songs on it, we are thrilled.
Yeah,
to
I want to
share
see it.
unless
I'll
it's
share
something
it.
inappropriate. Like we want to do whatever we can to support you, because the way we see it is, if as we glow up, you glow up. We want to help you guys.
Sure.
I mean, you help us, and obviously, like we're like a little fucked up family.
Yeah.
So I'm really good for that. And Hookah Bob says yes, it works on the phone, and Tracy says done. So I have done it now 4 times in the last 30 seconds. So let's see what it's at.
I think hit refresh there.
Yeah, I know how to work a computer.
See what
Thank you.
happens.
This is the second. Oh my god. It's at 28 right now.
Oh, 28.
I will tell you today.
It's 8 better than we were.
Doug does this thing. When he is anxious about something, he gets riled up.
I get riled up.
And I absorb all the energy. So today he was trying to figure out how to work this radio station thing. And so he's like, I can't figure it out, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, let me do it. And I'm doing things on my computer. And he's telling me how to do it. I'm like, your energy is really stressing me out right now. I'm going to go outside. And 30 seconds later, I had downloaded the app to both phones, and we were able to listen in real time. So it was just a matter of again, sometimes you have to just stop and reset yourself from energy that is just not working for you. And thank you all for supporting it. We really appreciate you.
And don't forget, text the other station. I'm dying to know how many requests they get on the weekly for that song. And I'm curious what the other folks get. A
lot of our friends send us screenshots when
they do. Yeah, it's kind of awesome. So
also The Empire Strikes Back is trending, and I'm not really sure where, but I feel like, is that what we need to do?
Strike back.
Is the Empire?
I don't know if we're the Empire, but
people.
Some days it feels like I'm frozen in carbonite.
It does.
That's an Empire. No, that was
Return. Well, they froze.
It used to be Revenge of the Jedi, and then it was made Return of the Jedi.
Well, they put him in carbonite at the end of
Revenge. Return.
I thought it was at the beginning. Return of the Jedi was at the beginning, or he got out in Return of the Jedi.
I think he gets out. What's the third one?
Return of the Jedi. Empire's the second one? Empire.
Empire Strikes Back was the second?
Yeah, and because
I didn't know that. I thought
Jabba the Hutt,
yeah.
And Lando Calrissian turned him in for the money, and they took him hostage.
Yeah.
And he was kept in kryptonite. And Luke Skywalker, that might have been, I'm not sure if it was Jedi or not, but Luke Skywalker goes there, and Jabba is all laying there, and Princess Leia is in the gold bikini.
That was the second one.
It's the third one.
Third one was the Ewoks. See, I don't know.
But I think that there was Ewoks and a Jabba float in the.
Maybe
there's got to be a Star Wars geek out here that knows, because we are so far behind it. All I know is that I loved in Empire, my favorite scene, and I don't know why, was when they were in the trash compactor, and then there was that worm thing.
Yeah, that was the first one. Oh yeah,
that was Empire.
Trash compactor was the first one, which is A New Hope.
You can call it whatever you want.
That trash compactor that came in on all sides, and the worm came up, and then they had one more thing to deal with.
Yeah,
that was the first one.
I think it's Empire. I think
fairly certain it was the first one.
I'm checking. So anyway, it's trending, and do you know why it was trending?
No, maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a worm in trash compactor. Who knows?
No, I just.
I don't know why it was trending at all.
But is there some sort of anniversary? Is there? I don't know. Carrie Fisher on the set of Star Wars Episode V: The Empire Strikes Back. So are they redoing? Oh, there was a picture of Natalie Portman looking like Princess Leia. I don't
look at
know.
That. So Matthew says, good night, Matthew. I have another rough day tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to winter and shorter work days. We appreciate all your hard work out there in the field, because we appreciate you, Matthew. Is what we do. We wish you knew more about Star Wars.
So there's this guy, Lawrence Kasdan, and he's a hack. Okay. And he, according to Jar Jar, not Abrams, to sabotage Empire Strikes Back, he wrote Force Awakens and the upcoming Solo movie. So basically what they're saying is not a good idea. And apparently the Wampa monster is supposed to play a bigger role.
Oh, I like the Wampa monster
in Empire, but
he was the kind of the Yeti thing, right? He was like a Yeti thing with the upside down horns. That was good.
Yeah.
I'm all about the Yeti. I'm all about that.
I do enjoy a Yeti. There's not enough Yeti films, although I'm on all of the Yeti groups somehow.
How are you on a Yeti group?
Not Yeti, Skunk Ape.
Oh, Skunk Ape,
Bigfoot.
Yeah, I'm all into that.
For some reason, Phil Collins is trending too. I don't. Do you know why people are fucking talking about?
Maybe he turned 100.
I never know what people are talking about or where they're talking about it, but in
it might be the anniversary of Live Aid or something.
Take Me Home was released by Phil Collins.
That was a bad song, but a good video because he filmed it all over the world, which was really cool. But yeah, didn't love that
Phil
song.
Collins originally in a band?
He was in a band, Genesis, with Peter Gabriel. Actually, that's right. Either replaced Peter Gabriel or it was in like band with Peter Gabriel, but both came out.
But I'm confusing. I was thinking about Sledgehammer.
Yeah, that was Peter Gabriel.
That's Peter Gabriel. Yeah. Well, why did I think of Sledgehammer as soon as because Phil Collins? Because they were in Genesis.
Because they were in Genesis. Okay, I don't know if they were in Genesis together. I don't really know a lot about that band. But I don't think they were in the same time. Yeah.
Who sang Sledgehammer?
Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, I knew 2 seconds ago. My brain. Maybe the weed's kicking in. And Phil Collins in Genesis
at the same time.
Yeah, I know. No. Okay, why don't you tell me this? What's your favorite Phil Collins song?
My favorite Phil Collins song?
In the Air Tonight is fucking iconic, and that was from fucking Miami Vice.
Yeah, remember that? They use that. But I will say
they were both members at Genesis in the same time. He was the original lead singer of the band, joining in 1967.
Yeah.
Collins joined in 1970 as the drummer. They performed together until Gabriel left in 1975. Yeah. After Gabriel left, Collins took over as the lead vocalist while continuing his role as the drummer.
That's very
impressive.
When we first got cable, there was a show. I don't know what network it was on, but it was at 7:00. They played a half hour of videos. This was probably 78. I want to say like 77, 78. And one of the songs, there were only like 8 videos. It must have been 78. There was only about 8 videos in the world. And one of them was a Genesis song. The other one was Crowded House. Not Crowded House. Split Ends, the original band that those guys were in. The Cramps. And there were not many videos. And Love and Loneliness by the Motors, which is a great song. If you're looking for a great song, that's a magnificent song. But yeah, I remember that Genesis because we watched it over and over, and they were the same 8 videos in different order pretty much every night. And Genesis was one of them. And I was never a big Genesis fan.
I'm thinking of In the Air Tonight, and I'm thinking about Take a Look at Me Now.
Oh, you know what I do like?
Just an empty space.
I like that. I like that Easy Lover song that he did with the guy from.
I'm sorry. Hang the fuck on. We do this podcast every night. I start singing a song.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You chime in to drown out my terrible singing, so the viewers don't all stop watching the podcast. Then we make a clip of it. We put it on the internet, and we apologize to the artist.
I apologize. She's an easy lover.
Different
you
song,
wanna but hold on, you believe me.
He knows that.
She's like no other. That was Philip Bailey from Earth, Wind, and Fire. He did a song, and that song was on that album. It was called Chinese Wall. And if you want to hear a magnificent song, Chinese Wall by Philip Bailey, it's pretty. It's like grand. You can it's good. The drums, and I think Collins plays drums on it. So there you go. Those are my 2 Phil Collins songs for you.
So I've got the dun dun dun, and I got the and I'm trying. I like Sussudio.
Oh God,
Sussudio.
There's
a girl that's been on my mind.
Did you ever notice
all the time? Is that even in the right range of the
song?
No,
it's close.
Is that a word that?
Yeah, but the problem was it was a direct ripoff of 1999 by Prince.
Did Prince sue them?
I hope he did.
Prince needs to fucking calm his shit.
No, Prince can do whatever the hell he wants.
No, Prince can't do it. He was a dick to so many
I don't care if he was that talented. He didn't have to be
Maybe
nice.
He would.
Yeah, he was a dick. He was a dick to people, just cause. But
why?
Maybe he had some sort of underlying mental issue.
Okay, but here's the thing.
I don't know.
We teach people how to treat us, and it's not okay to be a dick to people. And I'm not saying that we should make laws against it. I'm just saying that the rest of us should say, you know what, we're not going to have a part of that.
So if you're like kind of an introvert, and you're super talented, and you kind of have you're uncomfortable around people that you don't know, whatever, and then you attain that kind of fame.
Yeah, but that's
gonna mess
listen,
with you.
it may mess with you, but you have a responsibility first and foremost to the person that you are.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a fucking asshole and you here's the problem.
All right, here we go.
Here's the problem with Hollywood and the music industry right now is there's a lot of fucking people in that space, Sheen Island, that have done some things that people don't necessarily agree with. And as a result, it doesn't matter how fucking talented they are. They're not getting my money. I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of people out there. And like, I used to love Prince, and having heard all of these stories about how he was such a dick to so many people, I want nothing to do with him. You know who I fucking love? Gary Vee. Gary Vee, I cannot find anybody saying anything bad about him. They're all like, he's the best. He's so nice, just like you see, and blah, blah, blah. And by the way, I hope one day people will say that about us. They'll be like, she's so nice. She's really nice. And if I ever am not nice, I expect to hear from you. They say you're being a cunt. That's your job. Wow. My friends. I want a tribe of people that call me out. Shit.
Call her out on things.
Sometimes y'all call me out a little too much, but that's beside the point. Sometimes I'm like, why did I ask that? But no, I do. We want your feedback because we want to make the podcast the best experience it can be. But more importantly, I want to be the best person I can be. I want to spread my light in the world in a positive
I thought you were going to say legs, but that's. I'm glad you didn't say that. Spread your legs in a positive light.
I'm going to do that and sun my butthole.
Well, Courtney doesn't. You might as well do it. You want to steam it too while you're at it? It might be refreshing.
Refreshing. I want you to play this because it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen in my life. And I want to play it so that we get the audio on it. I meant to play this yesterday. So, there's been all this stuff, there's all this negativity, and there's all these questions that are unanswered. But you got to find your like little moments of sunshine, as it were, in the world. And that's...
I don't know how to get this out of here.
Well, it's a YouTube link, so click on the YouTube window. There you go.
There we go.
But you're in Safari.
If you're a business owner, then animated explainer videos are...
God damn it. I should have copied that.
Okay. So while Doug pulls that up, I'm going to
take a look at this. This was as the pastor was approaching the podium here.
I'll pause it right now.
I'm going to open it in here. So, new window. So how do we do it? We present or we share video?
Present screen.
Big natural.
Skip the ad.
Skip the ad. Skip the ad.
And then make it okay. You guys, this will crack up. Let us know if you can hear the audio.
Is that it? That's it.
It's just, I don't know. I just thought it was fantastic. Yeah. And that like, you're going to get, I think he went on a little bit. He's like, you're going to get so sick of being blessed. We're going to be the most blessed ever. Oh, Tracy says no audio.
Yeah. He was doing a Trump impression. And
so he basically said, you're going to be so blessed. You're going to be sick of being blessed. We have to figure out how to do that. We're going to have to.
We'll figure it out. I did hear they're giving away an AR-14 or whatever that a rifle is. The NRA is at the convention giving away an AR-14 or whatever number that rifle was. And there's little pins of AR-14s apparently, and that's just weird that they wouldn't abandon that. I don't know.
2 days ago, this is from Capital News Service.
Capital News Service, which I've never heard of in my life. Capital News Service.
I just can't. All right, I just want to know: are they giving them away or not? I have ChatGPT.
Well, I think I don't think they're giving them, but I think they're giving one away or something.
Away a gun or guns. Well, I just checked. I mean, I don't really have a problem with the RNC giving or the NRA giving away guns. I don't really have a problem with that. Is giving away a gun as part of? Yeah, it's true. It's part of a fundraising effort. This is confirmed by multiple sources, indicating that the RNC is conducting a raffle where the prize is a firearm. So it's not necessarily an AR, but it's a firearm. This page giveaway is typically aimed at engaging supporters and raising funds for political campaigns. So is it an AR? Who knows?
It's just a coincidence, is all. Like, because that's if it is an AR, it's a coincidence.
But somebody would take it and see that there's a gun raffle, which the NRA to have a gun. No, the NRA is raffling off a gun. Like, of course they are. That's
But
what they do.
Raffling off a gun at a political event when there was just an assassination attempt.
Because but herein lies the, like, I mean, I think if like it might be a little different. Like if you had the DNC tomorrow and they're handing out guns at the door to the RNC, it would be at the DNC. It would be different because it was our candidate, but we're pro-gun, right? So we're pro-gun rights at least. And so that's always going to be a part of our, our speech. And it's funny because conservatives are typically so incredibly pro-police. In fact, so pro-police and law enforcement that Trump hasn't said a negative word, as far as I can tell, about the
I don't think
Secret
he's really
Service
said anything.
or any.
Yeah.
He hasn't said anything about it.
Smart.
He's going to speak, I think, tonight. But I would argue that I would argue I don't know, my brain went out the window, but it's not cool. Listen, I think it's fine to do a gun raffle. I think I think it'd be in poor taste if it were done by the Democrats at this point, because they don't normally do guns, and if they're giving out guns a couple days after a shooting, that would look bad. But the Republicans, like, that's kind of what they do anyway.
I don't know. I'm not.
Trump's fine with it.
I'm not anti-gun, but I am anti assault rifle because I don't think people need those. What do they need them for? What are you gonna do with them? Take arms against your country, and that's un-American. So
I mean, but here's my thing, like, and I identify as libertarian, but my thing is that, like, I don't want anyone telling anyone what to do. Like, who died and made them boss? Like, they have no rights over me. Just because they said they do. Just because they woke up one day and they're like, hey, we're the government and you have to do what we say. We're going to take money from your paycheck and we're going to tell you what to do with your life because it's our fucking choice. Like, how did that happen?
I think there was a constitution draft.
Yeah, but they don't. Just because they made a constitution, that doesn't mean it's my constitution. I didn't sign up for that. I didn't sign up for any of these laws. I might agree with some of them, but I probably disagree with a lot of them.
Yeah, I want to make peace with this.
You mean the topic?
Are you saying you don't agree with the Constitution?
I'm saying I don't agree that any of us has any authority over anyone else. A parent,
but what about governing laws?
The idea of what gave them the right to put laws on me? They decided. Their great grandfather decided. That doesn't mean that they get to have laws over me. There's birds everywhere. Are there anybody have laws over those birds?
Yeah, they do.
They have laws over the people. They don't regulate the birds.
They regulate the birds.
They do kill the birds.
Yeah.
Listen, if the government will kill birds, they'll kill you too.
Well, there was that other theory that birds are not real.
Oh my God. Well, there is a bird noise machine at the Marshfield Gulf.
Yeah.
True story. I go with my friend getting gas. And my friend is driving because I am baked because I was not feeling well that day. My friend Zach. We're in the Jeep, no doors on. And I look up and I'm like, there's so much bird noise. It's just like this. It was crazy. And I look up and there's a speaker. And I'm like, oh, they have a bird noise machine. A bird noise machine. Yeah. Little did I know, on top of the speaker was a bird nest.
Actual.
They have a bird noise machine. So
which is not even a thing. Like a white noise machine is a white noise machine. I think
a bird noise machine might be a thing. People have those fake owls and shit. Just saying.
Yeah. Right.
So I do think that you have a I really wanted to join the raffle, but it doesn't. I don't see how to do it. Oh, 2020 gun raffle. Oh, that was 2020. They did. Yeah, this is not. This is
that was COVID gun. That was a COVID gun.
Yeah, there was a COVID gun. Pat Smith won.
Oh,
so congratulations. The drawing was held February 22nd, 2020 at Gaston's GOP annual Lincoln Day dinner. Yeah, if you want to associate yourself with a Disney character, don't make it Gaston. He's kind of a dick. And this just goes to show that both parties are fucking stupid. And I don't know why Sarah Huckabee is on my screen, but she's just chatting away. And we also have Emmys. So apparently the Bear has been nominated for.
Oh yeah,
an
the
Emmy.
girl was nominated for an Emmy.
I got to go down the list because the guy that plays the pastry chef was nominated for an Emmy, and Selena Gomez was nominated.
We like Selena. I like Selena Gomez.
But I want to read the Emmy nominations list real quick. Oh,
Emmy noms
it's
coming.
Already fucking 9:45.
Yeah,
Where did we go tonight?
You were talking about your affirmations for.
Well, we got a little off. We had a little trouble getting momentum there.
I was yawning.
Yeah, it's great for the podcast.
I'm sorry. If I got a yawn, I got a yawn. I got a fan on me. I have nice fresh water.
Buy some cocaine. Just buy some cocaine to get some blood. So it's why don't they just make it a fucking list? But the leading is Shogun, which scored 25 nominations, including limited series. This was
that was in the 70s. Shogun.
Okay, Richard but what Chamberlain. Is it? It landed FX. The network FX has 93 noms altogether. So if you want to have good television,
we just say nominations, noms.
You can say either one, but FX has the most nominations. So if you're somebody who streams television, doesn't want to pay for cable because cable is ridiculous and nothing good is ever on, and who wants to watch commercials, make sure you have FX because they seem to have the best shows, and they have for a while. They did Nip Tuck, they did Rescue Me, they did Sons of Anarchy. I know you hate that show, but a lot of people liked it. 23 nominations, the most in Emmy history for its comedy series, The Bear.
That's a comedy series?
It's dramedy.
It's
dramedy. The Bear was already an Emmy superstar, having landed 10 wins in 2023,
10 of them,
making it the Emmys most won in its first season. This time, The Bear stars Jeremy Allen White, Ayo Edebiri. If I got that right, I am shocked, and if I got it wrong, I'm sorry. Eben Masobarak, also. Lionel Boyce, Liza Colin-Zayas will all be received acting nods.
That's your boy, though, the Moss Backrack guy. That's your guy, isn't it?
He's the.
I think that's Suits.
Yeah,
I think that's
what
that is.
Yeah,
we talked about.
He's the I Wear Suits guy, and they talked about FX is the second most nominated this year, actually behind Netflix. It put it above HBO and Max, which wasn't in the top two. So there's your top networks. It's a bit of a bye year for HBO, as a number of top contenders either ended their runs or didn't air last season due to production delays.
Oh, because of that strike, probably.
Shogun and the Bear, FX pulled off for Reservation Dogs, which I haven't watched. Only Murders in the Building landed an acting nomination.
I've not watched it. I would like to watch it.
But that's where Selena Gomez won her nomination for. It's so hard for me because now, Selena Gomez is an adult.
She's like a woman
and we actually used her for an FMK later this week because I realized she's an adult now, and people are basically calling
her an adult for a while,
a sex icon, and I can't even I think of her as like a little girl, so it's hard to see her that way. But what are you gonna do? True Detective, Night Country, Saturday Night Live. I don't know how that
most recognized broadcast entry with 17. That show has had some good moments this year. They've had some good moments.
But not the SNL that we grew up with.
Yeah, I don't know. They've
bring back Kevin Nealon.
Dana Carvey with chopping broccoli.
There's people are all available. Get them.
Yeah, they're doing
Palm Royals one, Lessons in Chemistry one, Baby Reindeer's a big one. Veep, Abbott Elementary, and
so many of these I have not watched.
But they could have just made it a fucking list instead of making it
hide it in there. Oh, there it is.
Here's the fucking list. The Crown, Fallout, Gilded Age, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, The Morning Show, Shogun. Morning Show is excellent. We've watched that. None of the others. We haven't watched the other ones. Abbott Elementary, we have not watched. The Bear, we love. Curb Your Enthusiasm, we have not watched. Hacks, we haven't watched. Only Murder in the Building. I'm going to tell you the ones we have watched. Palm Royal, Reservation Dogs, What We Do in the Shadows. We love that show.
Takes a little bit to get into it. Once it's into it, it is some funny stuff.
Baby Reindeer, Fargo, Lessons in Chemistry, Ripley, True Detective, Night Country, The Daily Show, Jimmy Kimmel Live, Late Show with Seth Meyers, Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Isn't what's his name back on the air? Jon Stewart?
Yeah, I don't know where though. I don't know what his.
I watched him one night, and
he might not have been on the whole year.
He did the debate, and it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he has
Amazing Race, Seth Meyers, RuPaul's Drag Race, Top Chef. I kind of like Top Chef. The Traitors.
The Traitors.
No one likes that. I couldn't get into it.
Much.
The Voice, Hijack, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Fallout, Slow Horses, Shogun, The Crown, The Morning Show. Oh, so these dudes, some of them are gonna loop over. I'm gonna try not to repeat the names. Steve Martin got an Emmy nod. Martin Short got an Emmy nod.
DeFaro Wunatai is up for Reservoir.
You're just saying that. Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. I hope he gets it.
Maya Rudolph
but I really hope
is up for something. That's good.
I really hope that Elton or whatever his name is, the guy, the I Wear Suits guy from The Bear. I hope he gets something. So of course, the girl from The Bear, what is her? Sydney, and then Jean Smart of Designing Women fame.
Yeah, apparently she's very good at that. Whatever that is.
Ripley feud, Capote versus the Swans. Never heard of that.
Jodie Foster up for a little something. True Detective, Night Country.
Brie Larson, Sofia Vergara is up for Griselda.
She's great and everything.
Nicole Bahari is up for The Morning Show. I don't know who that is. Karen Pittman, Holland Taylor, all for The Morning Show. A whole bunch, like literally everybody on all of these shows was nominated for something. Liza Colin-Zayas for The Bear.
Carol Burnett is up for Palm Royal is like a knockoff of which the series we watched, the 1 and 2.
The Great Exotic Marigold Hotel.
Yeah, no. What is the name of that thing?
Lotus,
White Lotus.
White Lotus.
It's supposedly a lot like that, but
so I haven't seen this Only Murders in the Morning. But what I know so far is Meryl Streep is in it, Paul Rudd is in it, Selena Gomez. So maybe we could give it a look. I don't know. But Fellow Travelers, there's not a ton of stuff that I've watched. X-Men, The Bear. So I guess we need to watch more television. Could you guys?
Well, whenever we have 2 nights in which we could watch television in our home. Because the other nights we're doing this.
Well, we can watch a little during the day. Ann says our Constitution gives us the right and the power to get rid of the government. Maybe we should all need it in the Declaration, or I'll read it in the Declaration of our Independence. Oh, I'm fully aware of it. I just, I choose to say fuck you. You don't have the right to tell me what to do. And we do have a right to collectively throw over the government, but nobody seems to want to do that. I don't know why. Because we're all divided and we can't unite to stand up for ourselves. Just saying. What have I been trying to do? Unite people. Where do we want to go? Hippie commune. By the way, Trace mentioned today that I would potentially be great in political office. Again, cult leader seems a little bit better, but if I'm going to hold political office, I do have some big plans.
There's a scandal waiting to happen.
But that's why I don't run for office. But I have plans to basically say, if you're a nice person and you want to live in harmony with a bunch of other nice people, then we'll give you some land and you can have your own little community. We'll leave you the fuck alone. Call us if you need us.
Are you giving people?
That's what I would.
30 acres and a mule. Is that what you're doing?
I'm giving. I'm giving people the space to do whatever it is that they want to do. Yeah. And then Tracy said, Selena Gomez and Becky share a birthday on July 22nd.
Oh, no, we hear a lot about Becky. We don't see a lot about Becky.
I'm telling you, she's a fucking hologram.
No, she's for real.
Okay, it's 9:53. I believe we've gone through all. Oh, it's National Voice Actor Day.
Oh.
Do you do any voice acting? You should.
I don't. It's funny. I hate my speaking voice, but I like the other voices that I can do.
Oh my god, his characters. The other night he did this old guy. It was so funny. I mean, older than he already is, but a super
That's not
old.
Nice.
He's very old.
Nice. Could be worse.
I'm sorry. Is it not nice to say how old you are?
Well, to say, "Oh, you're so old and you're this."
Not nice to call your wife huge.
I didn't call you huge.
I'm the huge duck.
I said you were Stacy size. Stacy.
You talked about the ducks, and then there was a huge duck, and then there was 100 Stacys, or one
100 duck size Stacys, or one Stacy size Stacy.
Mm-hmm. And you're like regular ducks or a giant duck. So you couldn't have.
No. Oh my God. I didn't think that through. Why are you holding me to that?
Why are you doubling down?
I'm not doubling down. I'm trying to just get out of it.
By doubling down.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't even know what to do with him.
Tracy thinks I should do voice acting, and then
she
says I have a nice speaking voice. I think I sound naval. I found naval and gravelly.
By the way, someone was telling me that there were candles that smell like vagina. How is that even a thing? Does anybody have a candle that smells like vagina?
Tracy's got 6 of them.
6 candles smell like vagina. That's just silly. Okay, so listen.
See,
today was a little
that wasn't
slow.
mean, Tracy. That wasn't mean. Mean would have said they don't need them. That would have been mean, and also a little funny. Anyways, I digress.
We had people, Nolan and CMLJR, and It's Always Smoking, joined us over on Instagram. We're not having our best night. And by the way, the internet on your computer was a little slow for a second there.
Yeah.
So we should shut our phones off and whatnot. So we're wrapping up. Is there anything you could have done better today?
I could have not yawned through the thing. I couldn't have not called you giant or something. And I probably I got a lot done today. I'm very, very happy with that.
Do you feel like you did enough for self-care today?
Almost enough. I did go in the pool. I took a few minutes out.
Yeah, but if you'd done it early in the morning, it would have been set you up for success during the day. Yeah. So listen, we're all a work in progress. And I'm going to say this: I had to pay the piper today with creating content because I didn't do enough over the weekend because I was resting. And but I paid the piper today. I did it. I'm caught up. We're getting more on top of things. We're going to choose to go to the beach tomorrow. I did get in the pool today. I did talk to the accountant today. I didn't get that last document out to her, but I think I'm okay that I can get it to her tonight, like right now. And I don't like to stay up that late, but I'm going to do it real quick. And then I don't know, was I a bitch to you today at all?
I don't think so.
And I was proud of myself today because I was feeling like Doug's energy was a lot. And instead of like being like, shut the fuck up, I came outside and not that I would be like, shut the fuck up, but well, I will if I ask to end a conversation 5 times, and I'm working on it. But I came out and reset, and I was more functioning because of it. And although tonight I was, I felt like we were kind of like in terms of the energy of the podcast. I felt like it was still a pretty good one, but maybe a little bit more thoughtful than usual. That's okay. Yeah. It's not every night is going to be all orgies and
I don't even know if we got off the rails tonight, to be honest.
We got off the rails like in the first 10 minutes.
About what?
I came in hot about dicks from from the jump.
What the funny thing was today, I was listening to that station, right? And so it was hard to listen to that station because you needed the app, or you could listen through a website that had the app. It was very strange, but you couldn't really listen on their homepage.
Yeah.
So I was listening on their homepage, and it was actually the audio from this thing called Lunchtime Podcast or whatever. I'm like, I don't want to listen to the podcast. I want to get the. So, anyways, as I'm listening to this, it was a guy and a woman, and their content was a little iffy.
What do you mean iffy? Like iffy like ours is iffy?
Like the guy's like, well, if you don't drink beer, then you're gay, and then you can't like. And he was just like kind of antiquated stuff, right? I was like, do you really need to be talking about that? But then the lady starts talking about how she's Jewish and how Jewish people need when they get engaged or something, they have to do the mikveh bath where they have to sit in whatever. And so they talked about that for about 5 minutes. And then I was like kind of laughing because of.
Did you write in about the menstruation?
Well, it was a podcast, so it already happened. So I couldn't really write in, but
we make that shit interactive.
Yeah. There's like pre-recorded, and I could tell it was older because they kept talking about what they did on the 4th of July. And it was like a week old or whatever. Ago. So anyways, they need to know about that. People need to know about the tank. Religious folks.
Yeah, a lot of people do need to know about the tank. Well, I'm glad we've cleared that up. Hookah Bob says Hookah Bob says officially not off the rails. You have to go back and walk the first 10 minutes.
Yeah. So all right. So going back, Tracy was laughing about the vagina candles or the lack thereof of the need. It's Gwyneth Paltrow, he said. And then I could have stretched. Oh, she could have stretched.
And
more.
She says giant was the word used.
Yeah, well, I'll believe her. God smithed me with lightning in my yard and blew up my modem. Officially not off the rails. Yeah, not until.
No, I'm telling you, go back and watch it. You'll be like,
and then he says he needs Hookah needs to spread more laughter.
Yeah, well, we all do, but it's tough because the thing, and Doug and I were talking about this today. It's like the thing about laughter is like it's only as good as like the people receiving it. So if you're being funny or high energy, and everybody else
people are not,
we're not doing that,
I'm not laughing. That's hysterical. But
join me on a fun time. Join me as we learn to be better people. Join me as we question everything. Join me as we have fun.
On a journey.
And Doug was like, I don't want to. That's okay.
Don't sound like that.
It was hard tonight. It was hard because it felt like you did not want to be here. And
I wanted to be here. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just tired.
It felt like to me, Stacy had a feeling like you did not want to be here all night.
Oh,
So,
well, I apologize for that.
I know you don't have to apologize. It's just that's how it felt to me. And
I was a little antsy though.
yeah, I think that your energy's off. But I love you and I want to support you. So I'm grateful for all the people that come and support us. Quiet night, a little disappointed that we didn't have as many people as I would like, but little Tommy Millmore was here. Thank you, Tom.
Little Tommy.
Shortney, Jules, Tracy, of course, thank you
Hookah,
everybody
Matthew.
who voted. Hookah, Matthew, Anne, I don't know, who do we forget?
Cindy was here for a little while.
Cindy and Donna were here.
Donna.
Oh, and then of course over on Instagram, Nolan was there briefly. CMLJR and It's Always Smoking joined. I don't know what's going on tonight that we're not picking up more footage, but thank you everybody who is here. And thank you for continuing to support us. I'm so thankful for my time with Melissa today. I'm thankful that we're going to go to the beach tomorrow. I'm thankful I got in the pool today. I'm thankful for the accountant. I'm thankful that Doug made me food. I'm thankful that I made a poop. It was the size of a beer can. So there's that. I wanted to make a poop emoji today because it's World Emoji Day.
I didn't know that.
But I just made a beer can. But it's something. I'll take it. Yeah. And then I'm thankful that you came swimming today. That was a nice, fun time. And I am thankful for this little fan.
Oh, that fan is good. I am grateful that my call today went well. They liked my ideas for this little project that I'm working on. And I just realized today that I don't know what program I'm going to use for if I have to produce animated ads.
Okay.
So I might be in over my head there. I have to do some research into that. I am grateful that I got to enjoy some outdoor time today. So I felt good. I am grateful that we had an easy dinner with leftovers. That was nice. And
we had a little moment though. Doug made us a delightful dessert. The cream.
So we make the whipped cream with the canister and we do it, and like every once in a while it's like in there for longer than it should, and it was in there longer than
I've had enough times that it's tasted like cheese that I don't want it anymore. I'm like, I don't want any whipped
Well, that's
cream.
the thing. You have to put a certain amount of cream in it so you don't waste the
I understand
the thing.
But we just need to eat more whipped cream.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Okay.
So
Tracy, which is always a good part of the show. I am thankful for you both. I am thankful for tortellini with red sauce for dinner. That sounds good. I haven't had that in ages. I'm thankful for meeting with the surgeon and knowing what there may be light at the end of the tunnel for her pain with the slinky. I just added that. I'm so thankful for that. Beck came with me to the appointment after working her 12-hour shift last night.
Oh, God, she was exhausted. I'm so glad she was there for you, too. I would have gone if I could have gotten there magically and not been sick and, done it. What else are you grateful for?
I'm grateful for you, of course, and I'm grateful for technology that help us do many things. And I'm grateful for all the people that voted for my thing tonight and have continued to support my music.
So tomorrow we're going to come with a little bit more energy. It'll be a little bit more fun.
You don't know what we're going to come with. We do. You don't promise them energy.
I look forward.
We can't promise anything.
I'm promising them energy, or I'm promising them the hope of energy. We will do everything we can to bring positive energy and a good time to you. And some days we're going to have better days.
Well, I will promise you this. It probably will go off the rails. It usually does.
I still think it went off the rails.
It probably did. Yeah, probably did.
There you go. We love you guys. Good night. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.